Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Chidoze Victoria, a YouTuber based in Owerri, Imo State. I'm a wife and I'm a mom. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a lovely comment. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Thanks for always sticking to this channel. I love you guys. So today I would love to talk about how to boost your self-confidence. Before I move right into this video, definitely would have to talk about what being self-confident is all about. I see self-confidence as trusting myself, trusting my ability, being in control of my life, being in control of my mindset, being aware of my strengths and my weakness, and having a positive view about myself. So if you'd find this video helpful, stay tuned to the end of this video. Most people are self-confident. Most people have to work towards being self-confident. There are people who are bold enough. There are people who are skillful. There are people who are not shy about certain things. There are people who can just come out there and deliver and just do the job without being frightened, without being shy. It's a two-way thing. There are people who is just inbuilt in them. They're just self-confident naturally, and there are people who have to like work their way up towards being self-confident. So there are several ways to boost your self-confidence, and this is what I would like to like dive into. Firstly, you have to be self-empowered. When I say being self-empowered, I'm talking of you skilling up. You might be good in this skill, you might be good in this act, you might be good in this field. You might just have that self-knowledge of these things. Probably it's inbuilt. Being self-confident in that area or in that section, you have to skill up. Let's say for instance, someone who is a digital engineer, or someone who is a hairdresser, to say, I have to like learn more about my field, learn more about my skill. Or you're a baker or a makeup artist or a tailor. To be self-confident in that area of your life, in that field, you have to skill up. You have to be aware that I need to learn this and that to put things in the right places, so that whenever I'm called for such job, I will deliver 100%. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to talk about. If you're a software engineer, you have to dig in more and know more about your field, know more about what you do, so you can deliver whenever you're being called without being frightened. Don't get me wrong when I say you have to skill up. You don't need to be 100% perfect. You don't need to be 100% crafty before you apply for that job. You can apply for the job, but within the long run, you can still buckle up. You can still advance in your get some advances in your knowledge. You can still grab some knowledge here and there while you're still in that job. You can still, even if you're in that field currently, to be able to be confident in what you do, to be able to like strive to the top, you have to still skill up. You have to still get knowledge from several ways. You don't just rely on the knowledge you have. You seek knowledge outside the box. You seek knowledge outside what you know within yourself. I used to be a makeup artist then, and I do people makeup, and most times I'm frightened. I'm like, oh, what if I don't deliver? What if I don't do this well? So it got to a point where I told myself I have to get more empowerment in this skill. I have to be more informed. I have to know more about what I do. It just came naturally that I knew how to draw my brows and do the rest of the things, but I still felt there's more to this. I still need to learn more. So within the long run, I had to like pay for some classes, do some upgrades online, watch some videos, you get, so I can skill up, and so I can be advanced in my skill. So this also apply to several fields. You might be in this position in your job and you reaching for the top. You can't just get to the top without being empowered, without getting more information. Your manager can just promote you when you don't have any idea of what you're going to do when you get to that position. So you have to learn more. You have to, if possible, going to school, getting additional degrees, so you can get to that position, if possible learning more so you can get to that position, so you can be worthy of getting to that position that you aim for. And you realize when you've acquired this knowledge, when you've learned this skill, you show up more confident in what you do. Self empowerment comes with affirmations. If you're learning these skills, if you're getting into this career and you don't affirm to yourself, you don't say positive things about yourself, definitely you will just die in your shadows. You won't be confident. Imagine when you step out there and you're like, oh, I'm not enough, oh, I'm not going to deliver, oh, I know I'm going to mess up. Definitely you would mess up. You have to affirm to yourself every day. Tell yourself, I can do this, I can grow better in this, I can get better. If you do a job you're like, I can do better than this, you have to affirm daily to yourself. I usually have this affirmation on my mirror that I say every morning before I step out to work. I just say it every day and I tell myself, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm talented, I have a lot that the world is yet to see. You have to believe in yourself before every other person can believe in you. So believing in yourself is one way to be confident. People can be your fan when you're not a fan of yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you don't admire the things you do, if you don't step out bold, people won't admire you. You can't be in your shadows and expect people to root for you. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So you have to affirm to yourself daily. You have to tell yourself you're enough. Another way to being self-confident is stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth is uncomfortable. You can't grow when you relaxed. You can't grow when you you're limited to some certain things. You're not willing to skill up, you're not willing to put in more effort, you're not willing to like re-strategize. There was a video I did on Children's Day where I interviewed some children and all the stuff. Truth be told, I just woke up that morning and I was just like, let me step out of this, let me just go out and just do something so I can just have a content to post on my channel. There was no plan attached to it. I was just like, let me just do this. You just have to push yourself forward for you to be confident, for you to grow. So I just stepped out that day and I was like, let me just give this a try. Popping out my camera and interviewing a little kid, and before you know, everybody was like, I want to join, interview me. Then the next, the girl's dad was like, interview me, and that was how we just kept going. And imagine if I had just sat down at home and I was just like, it's not going to work. I tell myself, I can't do this. I won't be bold enough to speak to people out there. Definitely I won't shoot that content, and definitely there would be nothing I would have dropped that day. You get? But I just had to like go an extra mile. I just had to like eliminate fear and just give it a try. It's not like you don't get criticism when you do all this. People will criticize you, but you still just have to go out there and do your thing, not minding what people would say. Imagine if I hadn't given it a try. How would I know that I can do something like that? It's just like a rubber band, for example. If you don't stretch a rubber band, you won't know it can go that far. You won't know it can be expanded. You won't know it can get wider than the way it is. So until you stretch it, then you know it can really go this far. If you don't go beyond the things you know, if you don't go beyond the things you do on a regular basis, how would you know you can do these things like that? If you don't just give yourself a try and take that job, how would you know you would do well in that job? You see people from far, you admire what they do, and you're like, wow, I love what this person do. Oh no, I can't do things like that. You tell yourself you can't do things like that. But have you given it a try? You'll be surprised if you give it a try. You would even do better than the way this person does this thing. Another way to boost your self-confidence and how to build your self-confidence is sharing other people up. Tell me one reason why you won't share other people up. Tell me one reason why you won't be happy for someone else's success. You see people doing well in this field, you see people doing well in this aspect of life, and you can't share them up. You can't tell them congrats. You can't tell them, wow, you did well. You can't tell them, wow, I'm happy for you. Why? If not for the reason that you feel you can't be better than them, and which is very wrong. The moment you learn to appreciate what people do, the moment you learn to share them up when they do something good, it's a good way, it's a good thing, because you know that I can do something like this, but then probably I don't have the resources now, or probably I've not gotten to this stage of my life now, or probably if I have the time or if I have the resources, I will do this thing. I would even do it better than this person. So celebrating people's success doesn't make you less successful. Confidence is not insecurity. Or, oh, if I tell her this, she will get promoted while I won't be. Oh, if I assist her in this aspect of life, she'll get promoted while I won't be promoted. No, why would you think of that? It should not be. You shouldn't feel insecure if you know you have a lot to deliver, if you know your ability can take you to the top. You shouldn't get insecure about helping people or assisting people in some parts, in some steps where they are not getting right. Another way to building your self confidence is celebrating your wins. No matter how little your wins might be, you have to celebrate them. Every step of growth should be applauded. If you can appreciate the little you've achieved, it creates room for you to achieve more. It creates room for you to develop. It creates room for you to grow. But if you don't see the achievement, if you don't see that milestone you've climbed, definitely how would you grow when you're not seeing the steps you're taking? So you have to acknowledge the fact that I'm growing from this stage to this stage. Oh, I'm grateful to God. Oh, I'm growing from this step to this from this stage to this stage. Oh, I'm doing well. You have to applaud yourself, even if no people might not cheer you up. Nobody might come to tell you, oh, you're doing well, oh, you're doing great. You have to be the first person to tell yourself, I know I'm doing well. I know I'm doing great in this aspect. The moment you start telling yourself that, the moment you create room for yourself to grow, I'm not saying you should or you should feel you've gotten to your limit or to the highest point of life. Is no matter if you've not gotten to the top yet, you still celebrate the fact that you've been moved. You celebrate the fact that, oh, I've accomplished this. Oh, I've gotten this. Oh, I used to be in a kiosk before, but now I've moved into a shop. You celebrate it. Oh, I used to be indoors before, but now I'm doing this. Oh, I don't have a skill before, but now I've acquired this skill. Even if you're not, even if you've not gotten to the stage where you're able to utilize that skill, but you've learned the skill because before you were nobody before, but now you have a skill. You celebrate it. So you have to celebrate your every wins. It makes you know that you're enough. It makes you know that you can do better than this. It makes you know that since I can accomplish it, definitely I can move to the next stage. Another way to build your self-confidence is embracing failure. See, you're gonna fail at several points of your life. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Nobody's 100% perfect. It's okay to fail. You're not going to win all the time. You've not been to this life before. There is no manual to life. Life just happens. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You've not been 30 before. You've not been 20 before. You've not been 50 before. You just come into the life and you sit and you just try to be cautious. But it's okay to fail. If you fail, me saying it's okay to fail doesn't mean you should sit back and relax in failure. You have to get up, you have to dust your boots and just get up to the next and move on to the next stage. Failure is okay, and embarrassment is a concept. Most times you get embarrassed at certain things. Maybe you want to try to do something like, as maybe you want to try to like step out of your comfort zone and do something, and the next thing you get embarrassed by people. It's okay to get embarrassed. It's okay to fall on. It's okay to like miss your step and fall on the road and stand up and just dust yourself and go. Most people fall. Confidence depends on how you're able to control your mind. When you feel, how do you gather yourself together? How do you pick yourself together? How do you control your mind? How do you move on to the next step? The final point on how to boost your self confidence is knowing your strengths and your weakness. Knowing your strengths and your weakness. You have to know, like, we are all human beings. There's something I can do perfectly well that Mr. B cannot do perfectly well. There's something that Mr. B can do perfectly well and I cannot do perfectly well. So you have to know your strengths, you have to know your weakness. Realizing where you're good at and where you're not good at would help you to build in the aspects that you're weak at. So if you can't be a jack of all trade and a master of none. You have to know, oh, I'm very good at this. Oh, I'm not good at this, but I can learn on how to be good in this aspect, even if I won't be 100% perfect in this aspect, but I can learn to like be able to do something in this aspect. So you have to know the areas you're weak in. You have to know the areas you're good in. You know your weakness. You work on your weakness. But if you fail to admit that you're weak in this aspect, being confident does not mean you shouldn't be truthful to yourself. Don't get me wrong. You're confident, yeah, you're fine to yourself. Oh, I'm good, I'm this, I'm courageous, I'm this and I'm that. But that doesn't mean you should not tell yourself the truth. That doesn't mean you should live in pretense that I will try and act like I can do this. No, that's not being confident. Trying to act like, oh, I can do this when you can't do it. Being confident should come both inward and outward. When you know your weakness, you work towards your weakness. When you know you're strong, you're very confident in the area you're strong. So I think I'll wrap it up here. I just hope I'm not talking too much. I just hope this video is useful to you. I just hope this video was helpful to you. So if you learned something from this video, if you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please share to someone that might want to hear this. Okay, thank you for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye bye.